On Thursday morning last week, NYU students living in Palladium and Lafayette dormitories woke up to a surprise eviction notice. But the flyers telling students they had 3 days to leave before their rooms would be demolished was fake. The night before, the club, Students for Justice in Palestine, slipped them under doors as a campaign to raise awareness of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
The entire purpose was solely to raise awareness, to educate people about just one facet of the occupation, and that's these horrific home demolitions that happen pretty constantly in occupied Palestine. And as our flyer stated, and as our statement has stated, they've displaced and made 160,000 Palestinians homeless. So it was a strictly education awareness raising campaign.
The conflict between Israel and Palestine dates back to the 19th century Zionist movement, when Jews migrated en masse to Palestine, also known as the Land of Israel, claiming it as their rightful homeland state. Tension rose between the Jewish population and the native Palestinians, and in 1947 the United Nations divided the land between the two. But Israel has continued to occupy more and more land, and in 1967 the West Bank and Gaza Strip.
We would argue that it's a pretty apartheid-like regime. So Israel controls the entirety of the West Bank and Gaza. It controls infrastructure. It controls every aspect of Gazan life. Gaza is 100% under Israeli siege.
Debate on both sides of the issue has found a place on NYU's campus, naturally prompting a response from a student club on the other side. The vice president of Torch PAC, a student club that supports U.S. ties with Israel, posted an op-ed that very morning, stating that the fake flyers targeted Jewish students.
Our main issue is just the way this was done. It was such a provocative act. It was directed at, Palladium's a really heavily Jewish dorm, and SJP knew that.
To be honest, we were expecting a response from the university and from students. However, we were not expecting, and we don't think this is fair at all, sort of accusations of anti-Semitism. People were saying that we targeted a Jewish dorm, which is completely untrue. Anyone who goes to NYU knows that Palladium is not a Jewish dorm, that there's no such thing as a Jewish dorm or a Muslim dorm.
I actually ran into the girls that were passing them out and talked to them about it for just a minute or two. And as far as I could tell, it was not intended to be inflammatory. They certainly weren't discriminating and putting them under certain doors. To my knowledge, everyone sort of got one. And reading it, there's a bit of overblown language in it, but I don't think that it seemed to be really targeting anyone.
Still, Torch PAC claims it received calls from Jewish students and parents alike, worrying about their safety.
The Jewish students that have gone and spoken about this feel like, they're getting such pushback for just expressing being uncomfortable with these pamphlets, and I think that's wrong. I think they took this action and they knew there'd be repercussions. They knew they would elicit this response from many people, and now they have to kind of deal with those consequences.
Right, and we also chose Palladium and Lafayette consciously because they're upperclassmen dorms. If you're a freshman, you get this. We don't know, so we chose upperclassmen, assuming that they would be literate and that they could read the poster and understand that it's a mock eviction notice.
It was definitely a cowardly move by the organization that distributed it.
Not even. Are you really? It was just everyone get it. I got it. My neighbors got it. Everyone Jewish or not got it.
It was, like I said, it was a very cowardly move of them to send these anonymous letters. At least say this was the SJP, so that people can forward any kind of issues that they had with the flyers.